Live from KSAT 12, the news at 5:30 starts right now.
Just moments ago, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell announcing both chambers have reached a deal on the COVID-19 relief package.
Congress negotiating on the nearly $1 trillion deal throughout the weekend to avoid a government shutdown at midnight. The agreement includes a temporary $300 per week in unemployment benefits and a $600 stimulus check to most Americans, along with a new round of subsidies for hard-hit businesses, money for schools, health care providers, and renters facing evictions.
For more details, be sure to head to our website at KSAT.com. We'll have more on the Moderna vaccine and the latest cases here in Bexar County just a little bit later in this newscast. But first, a large grass fire caused some danger for a nursing home over on the city's northeast side.
According to the San Antonio Fire Department, strong winds were what caused the fire to spread over 40 acres off Eisenhower near Walzem.
Stephen Cavazos is live where that fire happened. And Stephen, what can you tell us?
Well, that's right, Tim and Courtney. Just take a look right behind me. This is about 40 to 50 acres that have been scorched because of this grass fire. In fact, if we take a look over here, we still have some fire crews that are overhauling some hot spots. And just take a look a little bit closer over here. That is how close that fire came to this nursing home. And SAFD spokesperson tells me that's just about 75 yards. Now, it's still not clear what started the fire, but we are told over 10 units were called out to the area. But SAFD says these dry conditions were a big factor as to why the fire spread so quickly. They say residents at the Heritage Nursing and Rehabilitation Center were beginning to evacuate, but as a precaution. But because of the heavy smoke, those residents were brought back inside to shelter in place instead. Now, thankfully, we are told by SAFD that the nursing home was not in danger at any point. Crews were out here battling that grass fire. And if you take a look one more time over here, that's a Walmart that was also pretty close to this grass fire, but fortunately, it didn't sustain any damage. SAFD says that there was actually no property damage. However, they did say that there was a neighborhood with newly constructed homes that was very close to this fire. But again, no property damage and no one was hurt during this fire. Reporting live, Stephen Cavazos, KSAT 12 News. Courtney?
Stephen, thank you so much. Also new at 5:30, the Bexar County Medical Examiner has now identified 54-year-old Joseph Colbert as a man left for dead after being hit by a car on Wednesday. The incident happened at the intersection of Winsford and Oldham Drive in northeast Bexar County. BCSO deputies say the man was found in the middle of the street. Deputies performed CPR on Colbert, but with no success. He was pronounced dead at the scene.
Meanwhile, a man is dead after being hit by a car while running across Loop 410 early this morning. That incident happened around 5 a.m. Witnesses telling police the driver didn't see the victim, but they did return to the scene to call police and wait for them. The victim pronounced dead at the scene. San Antonio police ruling that crash an accident and don't believe the driver will face any charges.
A driver is recovering in the hospital and facing charges after allegedly slamming his vehicle into a parked police car. The crash happened last night just before midnight on I-35 South, just under Highway 90 West. Two officers stopped to check on a stalled vehicle on the highway, and moments later, the suspect in a Mercedes-Benz drove into a police car, causing it to spin out and hit a truck. No officers were inside the car. The truck driver and suspect's passenger was unharmed. The suspect was transported to BAMC for injuries. Police say he will be charged with intoxication assault and arrested once out of the hospital.
This week, Bexar County hit an unfortunate milestone, reaching more than 100,000 confirmed COVID-19 cases.
Just this week alone, we saw more than 7,000 new cases. This brings the 7-day moving average to 1,042 cases per 24 hours. 13 people have died in the community this week, bringing the death toll to 1,442. Right now, 824 people are hospitalized, down 8 from Friday. 268 people are in the ICU, and more than 200 people have been in the ICU since December 4th. 133 right now are on ventilators.
With distribution of Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine now underway, the U.S. has 2 vaccines in its arsenal to battle the coronavirus pandemic that so far has killed more than 317,000 Americans. Here's ABC's Zareen Shaw with the details.
Distribution of Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine began early this morning, just 2 days after receiving emergency use authorization from the FDA. Pharmaceutical distributor McKesson preparing the vaccine for shipment, packing it in freezers and loading it on trucks under the eyes of law enforcement. FedEx, headquartered just over the border in Memphis, picking up the precious cargo up in Mississippi. UPS picking it up in McKesson's faculty near Louisville. The CDC accepting today its advisory committee's 11-0 vote on Saturday to authorize Moderna's vaccine for people 18 and older.
We know it's 95% effective, as much as 100% effective at preventing severe disease. And this is the way we end the pandemic, by getting 70 or 80% of the American people vaccinated.
Moderna's rollout means the country now has 2 vaccines in its arsenal to fight the pandemic.
We are very confident that by June, anyone in America who wants to have a vaccine will have that opportunity to have a vaccine.
These vaccines coming not a moment too soon. According to an Internal Health and Human Services memo obtained by ABC News, right now, 32% of the nation's ICUs are at least 80% full, as more than 114,000 Americans battle COVID in the hospital. 1.5 million new infections reported in the past week. The U.S. averaging nearly 213,000 new COVID-19 cases every day. Healthcare workers began receiving Pfizer's vaccine last Monday. There have been reports of a small number of allergic reactions to that vaccine. The CDC is monitoring the reports and has issued guidance for anyone with a history of allergies, saying anyone who had a severe reaction to a COVID-19 vaccine should not get the second dose.
I think it's important for the public to understand that these still are very rare events.
On Saturday, the head of Operation Warp Speed, General Gus Perna, says the country is on track to ship 20 million doses of vaccine by the end of December. Zoreen Shah, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Still ahead on the news at 5:30, how a local restaurant is making sure children's Christmas wishes get heard by Santa this year.
Well, what started as simple Christmas decor has turned into a tradition at a Northside restaurant. The staff at Geno's Deli spends their free time helping Santa respond to Christmas letters each year. As our Alicia Barrera shows us, it's not an easy task to accomplish, but they say it's worth it.
Hundreds of Christmas wish lists.
This little kid wants a baby brother.
Some serious questions.
This kid who's asking if Santa Claus, if you like hot sauce better than chocolate.
And testimonies of resilience.
I have some heartbreaking letters.
Fill the Santa mailbox at Geno's Deli off Huebner and Lock Hill Selma Road.
It was by an accident. We bought that box at Sam's. We brought it here. It was my wife's idea. The kids started dropping letters in there. I started answering, and next thing it took a life of its own.
Chaudhry, his wife, and employees are Santa's helpers and could always use some extra help from volunteers with good penmanship, as they can't seem to catch up.
We have mailed about 1,200 letters, and then we have about another 100 over here to go. We're encouraging them to be, good, behave, listen to your parents and stuff like that.
It's a way to keep the Christmas spirit alive and hopefully inspire other local businesses to do the same.
It keeps me humble. I learned humility with it.
Chaudhry says each letter is replied to, even the ones received on Christmas Eve. And those he'll actually hand deliver himself to make sure that each child knows that Santa is on his way. Reporting Alicia Barrera, KSAT 12 News.
What a beautiful day it ended up outside. Taking a look at live cam right now, it's 72 comfortable degrees. That's after a cold start this morning. And tonight, you're in for a treat if you look to the southwest part of the sky shortly after sunset here. The great conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter are going to make a really bright looking, almost looks like a star in the sky. So you got to check that out. I'll have more information for you on that coming up. But right now the aquifer still responding well from yesterday's rainfall, up 0.2 of a foot. This is the unfortunate news. In the first time this season, Mountain Cedar is high. Mountain Cedar season, of course, lasts through February. So we're in it for the long haul. Mold, though, is low in today's pollen count. More about what some are calling the Christmas star, as well as your Christmas forecast coming up.
Really beautiful day out there to get that last minute shopping done.
Yes.
Absolutely. Although those stores are a little daunting at this time, definitely.
Or just take your computer out back and finish it off that way.
Exactly. That's the way to do it.
Did a lot of my shopping virtually this year. All right, I want to show you the time lapse here with the sunset that's about to occur. There are some cirrus clouds moving in from the southwest. The great conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter will be visible in the southwest portion of the sky. We should see it rise above these cirrus clouds here soon, which, again, that'll be the best viewing tonight because cirrus clouds are going to be more prevalent tomorrow night. So get out there and view it tonight. Tomorrow night it peaks, but tonight will be just fine too. 74 for the high after a cold morning at 38. Tomorrow is going to be very similar to today temperature wise. So tonight temperatures are going to fall pretty quickly under these mostly clear skies. 45 degrees by midnight. So a very cold evening in store. And again, over the last several weeks, Saturn and Jupiter, their orbits have lined up so that it looks like they're forming one big planet up in the sky, but tonight is going to be the best chance to view it. 45 minutes after sunset, so around 6:20, 6:25. Again, it peaks tomorrow, which is also the winter solstice, but the best viewing will be tonight. I've heard a lot of people on social media calling this the Christmas star, and it's just a really fun coincidence that this has happened this time of year. Great conjunction of Saturn and Jupiter happens every 20 years, but this is the closest it's been since 1623. Really cool when the planets align in that way. Satellite and radar are absolutely quiet. We do have some of those cirrus clouds moving in from the southwest across the nation. If you have travel plans over the next couple of days, Texas should be in the clear, but there's going to be some snow and some rain across the northern tier of the United States and across New England as well. So like I said, those cirrus clouds are moving in and they'll really start to thicken up tomorrow, mainly in the afternoon and in the evening. In fact, we could have some bright sunshine through those cirrus clouds and potentially even in a deck of cirrus clouds up there. So here's what your tomorrow looks like. Waking up tomorrow cold, 38 degrees. There could be another light freeze in the hill country. Areas like Kerrville, Bernie, Leon Springs could briefly touch freezing, but then into the afternoon it'll be nice and comfortable. 71 degrees, again increasing cirrus clouds, south winds at 5 miles per hour. So it's nice and dry outside. It'll be chapstick weather tomorrow as well, but dew points should get up to near 60 degrees on Wednesday. That'll allow for some morning drizzle, but then look at that big drop in dew points. We're going to have very dry air and colder air move in with a cold front late Wednesday. That's going to set up a pretty nice Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Thursday, Christmas Eve, cool and sunny, 58 degrees. No problems for Santa Thursday night because it's going to be nice and mostly clear. We'll start off Christmas Day Friday near freezing, so just prepare for that if you have any sensitive vegetation outside. And it'll be comfortable and cool on Christmas Day with a high temperature near 62. So again, the only things to really watch out for this week are some fog Tuesday morning and some drizzle Wednesday morning as we see that humidity increase. And again, that cold front will make it breezy and chilly to start off those two holidays there, Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
I love when Christmas starts out cold. It's the best.
It feels right, right?
It does. It feels right.
All right, Larry, how about them Cowboys? Haven't got to say that much this year.
That's right. Winners of 2 in a row. They're appearing to be getting hot, but I don't know if they have enough time to still win the East. Tony Pollard got the start today, and young man had a fantastic game. Plus, CFP committee chairman, well, he explains why the Aggies missed out. Coming up.
Pro football coverage powered by Davis Law Firm.
Niners at the Cowboys. Running back Ezekiel Elliott didn't play because of a bad calf, so Tony Pollard got the start, and he scores on this 1-yard run as the boys strike first, 7-0. Time for the D to step up. DeMarcus Lawrence gets the strip sack and fumble, and it's recovered by the Cowboys' Aldon Smith. Now that would lead to this. Andy Dalton to Michael Gallup, and it's 14-0 Dallas. Nice start for the boys. Fourth frame, Dallas up 3. Pollard takes the pigskin and slices, dices, and spins his way into the open and outruns the Niners D 40 yards, and the boys go up by 10. Pollard had 69 yards and 2 touchdowns. 40 seconds left. Niners down 7. Trying the onside. CeeDee Lamb fields the ball and puts this game on ice. 47-yard return, and Dallas takes it 41-33, winning consecutive games for the first time this season.
Doing everything we can to find ways to win. I think today was a complete game by everybody, all phases of the game, and it felt good to stack another win together. The first time this year to have 2 wins back to back.
We know what we need to do each and every time out. We go out there and play with that energy. We can get that feeling every single time in the locker room. We had the talent. We got the guys to go out there and fight. We just got to go out there and believe like we have been for the last few weeks.
Seattle at Washington, third quarter, Seattle ball. The handoff goes to Carlos Hyde, and he does the rest. Hits the second level and breaks off a 50-yard touchdown, and Seattle is in charge 20-3. They hold on 20-15 to help out the Dallas Cowboys. Phillip Rivers and the Colts hosting the Houston Texans today, fourth quarter. Deshaun Watson finds Kiki QT for a 9-yard touchdown, and this game is tied at 20. Watson passed for 373 yards. And 2 touchdowns. Colts answer back. Rivers throws to Zach Pascal, who powers in for the score, and it's a 7-point lead. Okay, less than 30 seconds to go now. Watson hooks up with QT inside the 5, but he fumbles the ball, and it's recovered by the Colts. Game over. Another red zone turnover by Houston. Colts win 27-20 to sweep the season series. In college football, number 20 Texas will face Colorado in the Valero Alamo Bowl. Designated as the away team, Texas returns to SA for the second straight year. They beat Utah last season 38-10. But after a disappointing 2020 season and returning for a second year in a row, is there fear of a letdown for Coach Herman?
These guys are competitors. Anytime you tell them you're going to go play a game, they're going to be motivated. They're going to be extremely excited. And then this senior class means so much to this team. And I know to a man, they all want to make sure that they give this senior class everything they got because they know they deserve it.
All right, Texas and Colorado will play Tuesday, December 29th, 8 p.m. at the Alamo Dome. And UTSA and Louisiana will square off in the ServPro First Responder Bowl. Louisiana, number 19 in the CFP, accepted their invite today. The Roadrunners' first ever meeting with the Sun Belt Conference co-champion Ragin' Cajuns will mark their first bowl appearance since the New Mexico Bowl in December 2016. So it's Louisiana and UTSA Saturday, December 26, 2:30 p.m. in Dallas, and live here on KSAT 12. Despite going 8-1 in an all-SEC schedule, Texas A&M didn't make the college football playoff. Those 4 spots went to Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, and Notre Dame. The Aggies finished 5th, and they're not happy. They beat Tennessee yesterday 34-13, while Notre Dame got rocked in the ACC championship by Clemson 34-10. During the CFP selection show today, committee chairman Gary Bart explained why the Fighting Irish got the nod over the Aggies.
Very similar resumes. But in the end, the committee felt like Notre Dame had earned its way there based on the complete analysis of the resume, and that probably came down to having an additional win against a ranked team.
And some of the Aggies tweeted their dismay out of missing out. QB1 Killamon tweeted joke in capital letters. Defensive star DeMarvin Leal said can't count us out for long, 100. And linebacker Buddy Johnson tweeted a clown face referring to the CFP like so many others on social media. So the 5th-ranked Aggies will play in the Orange Bowl versus number 13 North Carolina Saturday night, January 2nd at 7. And congratulations to the Stevens Falcons for their come-from-behind win Saturday in round 2 of the 6A Division I playoffs. They were down to Harlingen 21-7 entering the 4th, and that's when the magic happened. KK Brashears finds Ian Riles for the go-ahead touchdown. 2-point conversion was good, and the Falcons win 28-21, and they're one of 6 area teams still alive. And let's check out that playoff schedule. 3rd-round action, you have Stevens versus Austin Westlake at Bastrop Memorial Stadium Saturday at 1. Laredo United South versus Steele at CC Buccaneer Stadium Saturday at 1, and CC Veterans Memorial versus Southwest at Hero Stadium Saturday at 2 p.m. And in some other action for you, we have Austin Vandergrift versus Brennan, Comalander Stadium Saturday at 1, and then 2 Thursday games, Cedar Park versus New Braunfels Canyon at Cougar Stadium Thursday at 1, and Taft taking on Buda Hayes at Buda Shelton Stadium Thursday at 1 p.m. Best of luck to all the area teams, guys.
Good luck indeed. Thank you, Larry.
Yep.
We'll be right back.
And just another look at your forecast. Tomorrow's going to be a beautiful day, starting off cold and ending up at 71. Increasing cirrus clouds, though, for the first day of winter. A cold front arrives on Wednesday. That'll set up a nice and cool Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas.
All right, Sarah gets to be here for Silly Sock Sunday. Okay, so we have Christmas Story versus Old St. Nick. Sarah, I'm going to let you do the honors.
I guess.
Whose is whose?
Christmas Story is Tim, St. Nick is Larry.
I would have gone opposite. Yes!
No!
Courtney would have got it right.
You know what, though? That would have been the first time in a long time.
I love the Christmas Story socks. I have to thank the Chance family, my good friends, for sending me those St. Nick socks in the mail. I got them on the air for you.
Those are so
awesome.
cute. I love the ones that are gifts.
Larry wins, though. Those are pretty cool.
They're both really amazing.
We'll see you back here for the Night Beat tonight at 10. Until then, have a good evening.